Hello everybody, we are starting a new chapter in geography today, that is life in the desert. This will be the last chapter of geography as well as this will be the last chapter for your class 7 portion. Now what comes to your mind when you hear the word desert? See, this is the last chapter, I would expect you to pay more attention, okay? So what comes to your mind when you hear the word desert? See, when we hear the word desert, generally the first thing that comes to our mind is that it is a place where there would be scarcity of water. It would be a place where we would hardly find any vegetation. It would be a place which would be having extreme temperature. Now here I want to say you one thing, that generally we feel that desert is a place which would be having extreme high temperature, which would be having a scorching heat, but that's not true, okay? Desert, it can have extreme temperature, that is extreme hot or extreme cold. So in this chapter we are basically going to study about the life of the people in deserts. See, we all know that water means life to plants and animals and people. Now, what is a desert? That I have already told you. Okay. So, the contents of this chapter, that is what are we actually going to see in this chapter is, first of all, what basically we understand by desert, what are the characteristics of desert. Then here we are going to study two types of desert, that is one hot desert we will be taking, one cold desert. See, you can take this like since the last three chapters that were doing in geography, that is life in the tropical and subtropical regions, life in the temperate grassland, life in the desert. We are actually taking one place as a case study, okay? It is not necessary that we would be having only one hot desert and we don't have any other hot desert, but it is just that we are taking one case study from hot desert, that is we are going to discuss about Sahara here. One case study we are taking from the cold desert, that is we are going to discuss about Ladakh here. Okay, now here in this chapter we will study about the places which cope up, where the people have already started coping up with extreme harsh temperatures. There are places as hot as fire and some as cold as ice. So this chapter we will only focus on two places, as I told you, that the two types of deserts, the hot desert and the cold desert. So under hot desert we are going to study about Sahara, under cold desert we are going to study about Ladakh. Clear? Now these are the three characteristics of desert. That is, we can say that desert is that arid region where we have low rainfall, where we have scanty vegetation and where we have extreme temperature. By extreme temperature, I am again telling you that it can have extreme high temperature, it can have extreme low temperature. Okay. So, these are the types of desert. We have two types of desert, hot desert and cold desert. So, this was just a small introductory video for the chapter Life in the Desert, where I have given you a brief about what is a desert. In my next video, we will be studying about the hot desert Sahara. Hope you have understood what is the desert, what are the characteristics of desert. Okay. So, I'll give you a small recap of what we have done today. We started a chapter Life in the Desert, where I first told you what is a desert. In desert I told you that desert is a place which is characterized by low rainfall, scanty vegetation and extreme temperature. Okay. Now there are basically two types of desert, that is the hot desert and the cold deserts. Okay. I have already told you that it is not necessary that desert is a place where you will only have extreme high temperature. It is a place where we will also have extreme low temperature. Okay. So, that are the deserts. Now, there people have already adapted themselves to live in those extreme climatic conditions. You know, if we go there, it will be very difficult for us to survive there, to adapt to that environment. but they are like born and brought up in such a way that they have already adapted to that living conditions, okay, and they generally live in those areas. They generally inhabit in only those parts of the deserts where water is available. Otherwise, these desert regions, they are very thinly populated, okay. So this also I have told you that desert, there are two types, hot and cold. Okay, I hope you have got an idea about what is the desert. We'll be meeting once again where I will be explaining you in detail about Sahara. Till then, take care. This was a very simple video just to give you an introduction of the chapter. Take care. Bye bye.